Good morning. It's another exciting episode on Pious Football, where I bring you the latest in transfer news. We discuss tactical analysis of games, preseason games happening around the globe, and also we discuss pertinent issues around football that you don't usually hear on mainstream European media. Now, in terms of pertinent issues that I'm talking about, I want to start with one. Late last afternoon, we've heard that there have been gunshots at the city of Auckland. Remember, Auckland is the hosting city for the 2023 female Women's World Cup happening at New Zealand. The opening game will kick off this evening. Unfortunately, news coming in from Auckland is that there has been gunshots. 2 people are feared dead, 10 are injured, including a police officer. However, from the investigations I have made, although it's still early days yet, but from the investigations I have made, it's not related to football. It has nothing to do with football, and neither has it anything to do with politics either. There wasn't any political angle to the shooting that I have read of. It seems to be a workplace conflict that escalated. The gentleman who has been shot by police and he's declared to be deceased at the moment was aggrieved with his employer and came to the working site with a gun. Although he had history of violence at home, currently serving a home detention. He was given, I think according to New Zealand laws, some sort of crimes will be given home detention and the opportunity to work close to a 20-mile radius around where you live. So he worked at a construction site, but I think something happened and he felt aggrieved, so he brought a gun to the work site and started shooting people. So it is not related to football and not related to politics. So I'm sure that the World Cup will still go on. I think the New Zealand Prime Minister Chris Hipkins came out to say that it's safe to attend the opening ceremony. So it's what it is. So let's just go right in and talk about our transfer stories now. News coming in that from the camp of Manchester City that is a done deal. Riyad Mahrez, remember I told you that he was making a move to Saudi Arabia. The move has been completed. Al Hilal have signed him for 30 million euros plus 5 million in add-ons. So he's currently on his way to Saudi to complete a medical for the move to become official. Also, at the camp of Liverpool, yesterday they had a friendly. I'll talk about the friendly later on, but after the game, Jordan Henderson, I don't know why I call him Dean Henderson. Jordan Henderson left the training camp and bid his teammates farewell and left for Saudi Arabia to complete his move to Al Ittifaq. The transfer fee has not yet been communicated, but I'll find out and relay the information to you guys. He is going to sign the contract and then hopefully it will be official, and then Liverpool would have to look for replacement. Now, in terms of replacement, Liverpool are looking at several midfielders. I spoke about this in my previous episode. What I want to talk about, probably what I want to add, is that their top target is a midfielder by the name of Sheikh Doucouré. He plays for Crystal Palace. He was very good last season, one of the top tacklers in the Premier League. And information that I just got this morning is that Crystal Palace are not willing to sell the player. However, if they are going to release him to Liverpool, they will take £70 million and they will not take a dime of that amount. So Liverpool will have to contend with a 70 million price tag for Sheikh Doucouré if they are looking to sign him. Probably they might turn their attentions to Romeo Lavia, who is going to cost them £50 million. So let's see how the move for Sheikh Doucouré will go on. Also, I would like to talk about Xavi Simons. Remember, in my previous episode, I spoke again about Xavi Simons' move back to PSG because of the impressive performance he put in last season at PSV Eindhoven. PSG said they had a £5 million pound, 5 million euros buyback clause. They've activated it, they've got him. And I said in that episode, yesterday's episode, that if they realize that Mbappe and Neymar are not moving, then it's likely that Xavi Simons will go on loan. And indeed, Neymar has come out yesterday evening to say that he's not leaving, he's staying at PSG in an interview with a Brazilian journalist. And then the next thing that we know is that Xavi Simons has actually gone on loan to RB Leipzig, just like I said. So Xavi Simons has left PSV Eindhoven, gone back to PSG, and then they've loaned him to RB Leipzig in Germany. So Xavi Simons is now going to ply his trade in the Bundesliga. Also, at the camp of Barcelona, I want to talk about two things. Now, João Felix came with an implosive interview that he made, and he said that he dreams of playing for Barcelona. Of course, that has angered the Atletico Madrid fans. His tantrums in training is beginning to where the players, Koke, the captain, has complained to the team manager that he wants the guy sorted out immediately. So Atletico Madrid are trying to sort things out and trying to get him out of the club. Barcelona are exploring the possibilities of signing João Felix. Now, as to whether that will work out, I don't know. João Felix seems to be a very sensitive young man. Remember his remarks against Messi last season in the La Liga game is not going to help him, and I'm hearing that the fans are actually not happy with the news that João Felix might actually be playing for Barcelona anytime soon. So at the moment, João Felix to Barcelona is just a dream. Just like he said, he dreams about playing for Barcelona. It's just a dream for now, but let's see what will happen if Barcelona will have the money and the resources and the zeal to actually go through with the transfer. Also, at the camp of Barcelona, news coming in late last night is that they have renewed the contracts of Alejandro Balde and the young kid from the La Masia, Lamine Yamal. Remember, Lamine Yamal, 16-year-old, has been tremendous going forward. So he signed a contract until 2026, and Balde, I'm told, has signed a contract until 2028. So that is good that Barcelona are securing the futures of two talented young stars in their team. Now, also, I'd like to talk about a move for Jan Soma. Now, Inter Milan, remember, are losing Onana, and they've also released Handanovic as a free agent, 35-year-old Serbian and Herzegovina international. So they are trying to get in replacements. Remember, they've got in a young goalkeeper from Ukraine, the Ukrainian league, I think Shakhtar Donetsk, I'm not sure. I think it's Dynamo Kiev, probably, yeah. And then also they have brought in, they are planning on bringing in Jan Soma. The deal is almost complete. It's going to cost them around 6 million euros plus maybe add-ons, but it's almost done. I'll bring you the official announcement when it is announced by Inter Milan and Bayern Munich. Also, I would like to bring you 3 under the radar signings that you might not have heard about, but are very important deals. AC Milan have signed a midfielder from AZ Alkmaar by the name of very interesting name right there. His name is what's the name? What's the player's name here? Tijani Raides. These Dutch names are very difficult to pronounce. Tijani Raides. Now, I hope that the AC Milan fans will forgive me for this, but kind of a difficult name to pronounce. I watch his stats. He's very good. He's going to be a central midfielder. Can play on the offensive and it gives you a good balance in midfield. Kind of a good replacement for losing this talented Italian midfielder they've sold to Newcastle. So AC Milan making moves in the market. Very cool, under the radar signing right there. Also, I would like to talk about William going to Fulham. Remember, he was at Fulham. He was thought to have left to play back in his homeland in Brazil, but he is currently at Fulham right now doing his medical to try and renew his contract. It's going to be a 1-year contract plus 1 year in add-ons. Also, Aubameyang has finally made a move. He's gone back to France. You remember, he started his career in France with Saint-Etienne, but now he has made a move to Olympique Marseille. Chelsea did not take any money from Marseille for that move. He was allowed to go for free. So, I mean, he's going to sign a 3-year contract, I hear, worth somewhere around 3 million euros. So, let's see. I'm sure he will be successful at Marseille. He's going to be good for them. Marseille, remember, are playing in the Europa League, and they are excited to have an experienced player back into the French league. So a good move there for Aubameyang. Now, I would like also to talk about one thing that I like to talk about is you know, the preseason games that has happened. I mean, Man United played, they won against Lyon. Arsenal played against MLS All Stars. Liverpool played against a team in Germany that I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce that name. And they play some team. They play some team in Germany. I don't know. And then also Chelsea played Wrexham. Remember Wrexham promoted to League One last season. Had a fantastic season. Owned by the American actor. So I mean, they had a good time in the US, scoring 5 goals. So I mean, first of all, I like to talk about I'll start with Manchester United. I can only make 3 takeaways. Now the first takeaway is that I'm happy for Van der Beek. Van der Beek has suffered a lot, you know, making his comeback, scoring a goal. You can see the excitement on his face. You could see what it meant for him to score even on preseason. And he said in his interview after the game that he's really excited to have scored. That it means a lot to him, although it was a preseason game. He feels really happy about, you know, what the fact that he was able to score. So I'm happy for him, really. I hope that he will build on that, and then maybe he might have some sort of role in coming season. I don't know. As for now, he's still up for sale. So let's see what happens with Van der Beek. Also, one player that I want to, you know, comment is this Tunisian player, Hannibal Mejbri. Oh my goodness, the kid was so amazing yesterday. I watched a little bit of the first half. I was doing something. I couldn't start watching the game from the start. I came in a bit late and I watched a few of the first half. He was very good. I mean, he forgot it was a friendly, I guess. So good in attack yesterday, and he harried the Lyon players all about the pitch. He pressed really well, and I'm sure that I mean, it's going to pose a headache to Ten Hag, because if you are looking to loan a performance like that, so I mean, Ten Hag will have to find a place for him next season. So let's see whether Hannibal Mejbri will have a chance to, you know, play in the Premier League next season with Manchester United. And also Amad Diallo, my goodness, the guy is good, and I know that he's going to challenge Anthony for a position on the right wing. That is what I can say. Amad Diallo, it might be very unwise to send him out on loan again, considering how Jadon Sancho has been on and off, you know. And to be honest with you, I wish it's Sancho that is probably going to leave and not Amad Diallo. So I hope Amad Diallo will stay and challenge Anthony on the right wing. So yeah, that is the takeaway from what I can make. I think one thing also I can probably add is that Matej Kovac, remember this guy, the goalkeeper, he was on loan at Spartak Prague in the Czech league last season, and they won the league in Czech Republic. They won the league, so he's very good, and you can see from the way he's playing that he understands the philosophy of playing from the back, very comfortable on the ball. He's ready to take risk, which is good for a young goalkeeper, 20 years old. So Matej Kovac could challenge the position of the number 2. Remember, I said, you know, that United are looking to bring Zion Suzuki from the Japanese, the J League. But if Kovac, you know, is going to play like this, probably United can have a change of mind and maybe keep Kovac as a number 2 behind Onana. So let's see how that move will go. I mean, we have a friendly against Arsenal on Saturday, so let's see how he will, you know, do well in post. Arsenal are going to press very high, so that will be a very tough test and to probably well for it to be helpful for us to analyze well, the performance of some of these players, because look at the team. Lyon is a good team, yeah, but I think Arsenal will give us the extra pressure to actually look at if we can assess players well, because they'll give us better competition. So let's see what happens with that move. Also, I'd like to talk about Chelsea. Chelsea won 5-0 against Wrexham, like I said. One thing I like to talk about is the fact that Pochettino is going to play a 4-2-3-1, like I said earlier. And that's his formation. That is how he likes to set his team up. And it's good to see Enzo Fernandez and Andres Santos is who I want to talk about. Andres Santos, for me, you remember, he's my kid. He's my darling boy. I love that kid. I wish he was playing for Manchester United. He's a star. He's a star in the making. Andres Santos, very matured player at just 18 years old, and yesterday you can see he's a natural talent. He slotted in right well, and then he played a very good composed game in midfield. Very matured game he played. So I hope that Chelsea will not send Andre Santos on loan. I hope that he will do well, and then maybe if things go well for him, Pochettino will give him a chance to play in the Premier League. Also, I would like to talk about Nicholas Jackson. Remember, I said that Chelsea, the manager Pochettino, is trying to analyze his forward lines to see if Nicholas Jackson will be good enough to start the EPL with. Otherwise, he will look into the market and try and bring in a striker. But yesterday, Nicholas Jackson did very well. His movement was very good. I did not watch the game, but I watched highlights of it. I watched highlights. You can watch highlights of just a player. Okay, that's what I did for Andre Santos, and then I did for Nicholas Jackson, because these were the two key players that I was trying to analyze in the Chelsea team. And so when you watch the highlights of Nicholas Jackson versus Wrexham, you can see that his movement is very good. He's very confident on the ball. He can score goals. If a striker is good with his movement, a good striker is one that is good with his movement. So I like the movement. Once the movement is good, the opportunities will come, and then he will score. So I think Chelsea probably should give him a chance. Let's see what will happen. Chelsea are not playing in Europe next season, so having Nicholas Jackson as a striker is not going to be a bad idea at all. Also, I like to talk about issue of Nkunku. Yeah, Nkunku was someone, he scored a goal. I didn't watch his highlights, but he scored, which is good. But he came in as a false nine. But I hope that Pochettino is not trying to do that, because Nkunku is best as a number 10. So it's pre-season, it's early days. So he can come in and play as a false nine, but I'm sure he's trying to analyze if he can play there. He scored, but I'm sure that he would realize that. So I'm hoping that Pochettino will try and put him back in his natural position, which is the number 10 role in the 4-2-3-1 formation. So Nkunku, for Chelsea is going to be massive. He's a great player, a great buy for Chelsea. So hopefully it will be good for them. Also, analyzing Liverpool, I didn't watch the game, but I have watched highlights of two players that I was interested in. Dominic Szoboszlai, and then the number 10, their new number 10, McAllister, the Argentine from Brighton. Now, the two players had a fantastic game. I'll start with McAllister. McAllister was very good. He provided an assist. It shows that he's going to play a big role for Liverpool coming next season. Klopp would everyone will be excited to watch him. He's going to be massive for Liverpool, honestly. And when they signed him, everybody knew that it was a great signing. So fingers crossed for McAllister. I'd love to watch Liverpool because of him. Also, talking about Szoboszlai, he had an average game, but I'm sure he will come good. He's one player that I respect a lot. I watch, the moment I watch highlights of a person, the first 5 minutes, I am able to analyze and say that this player is a very talented player. And I'm sure he will fit very well in the Liverpool setup because of the Leipzig links, the kind of football that they play. So, Szoboszlai, although I think it's premature to compare him to Kevin De Bruyne or Steven Gerrard. Liverpool fans call him the next Steven Gerrard. but it's too early days yet, too early for that accolade. But let's give him time and let's see what he can do. But I'm sure Szoboszlai will deliver for Liverpool. It probably might be a signal that Liverpool this season might be creating a lot from the midfield. You know, having Szoboszlai and McAllister in there, it's going to be interesting to see how Liverpool will play next season. Also, maybe I'd like to end by, you know, saying a little bit about, you know, Darwin Núñez. He scored, but it's one striker that I'm not particularly impressed with. I'm not impressed with him. I think that his price is, you know, the Liverpool overpaid for him. He's talented, but he's clumsy on the ball. His composure is not good, and I don't like his movement. So I don't know. I still don't think that he's a kind of striker that will give you 25-30 goals in a season. I don't know. Maybe he will prove me wrong. So Liverpool with Darwin Núñez, they have options in attack. You know, in their previous friendly they played, the Dutch player who came in January. I've forgotten his name. They played him as a false nine. Diogo Jota can play as a false nine, although he prefers to play on the wing. So Liverpool preseason against a team in Germany that I don't know. I don't really care much about that game. They should come and play with the big boys in the US, and then we'll analyze their game and their players very well. So that is it for this episode. The Spios Football. Like the video and subscribe to my channel, and I'll bring you all the latest transfer news. We'll do the best of analysis here, and you know, Man U is going to play against Arsenal. You know, the big games are not going to come up very soon, so it's going to be exciting on this channel. So join us in my next episode. Bye.